Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 24th. It is 6:18 right now. Markets can open in about 12 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the room real quick, then we'll get started with our session for this morning. So, got a couple things here to set up. We should be good to go. Looks good. Looks good. All right, let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. And then we should be good to go. All right, Sullivan. Looks good here. I'll give it a few minutes for people to make their way in. So looks like people are joining right now. I'm gonna go ahead and mark up the areas of liquidity here on our markup chart. All right, looks like people are still joining. So I'm gonna go ahead and just continue marking up the liquidity here. And then we can get started with our analysis for this morning. Looks good. Down to the 15. Yeah. Looks good. And go over to the 10-minute. All right, looks solid overall. A couple more here on the 5. And I think that might be it. One more time frame right here, the 1 minute. There's actually a lot down here. All right, so I think that's about it. So it looks like half of you guys are here in the room already so far. So good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 24th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. I've marked up all of the areas of liquidity here on the 1 minute markup chart. So everything here looks pretty good. As you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom. And I'll go over the overall bias once more people are in the room, but I'm definitely looking for sells today. So for the breakout, I'm looking for a sell. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here for me to look for. I'll give it a few more minutes for people to join in before I analyze the charts, but let me just mark up the 1 minute over here. This is going to be the clean markup, so I'm not really going to have much on this chart. I'm just going to use the liquidity here on the 1 minute. I'm not going to go on the super high time frames. Just going to have everything marked up here so that we can have an idea of like where price is likely to go. But obviously, you guys can see all the liquidity is on the bottom on the 1 minute. So that's what it looks like it's going to be today. Also, keep in mind that Powell's speaking today, so I do see price dropping a bit. Just to even things out before Powell's speech later today. Other than that, let me check the chat real quick. Let's see who's here. So it looks like Patricia's here. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Saren. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Craig. Morning, Marlon. Morning, Mace. Morning, Bethany. Morning, Marco. Morning, Henny. Morning, Kodi. Morning, Jez. Morning, Professor. Morning, Maria. Morning, Matt. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Miles. Morning, Christian. Morning, Peter. Morning, Eduardo. And good morning, Janae and Fudme. Morning, Jessica. All right, guys. So it looks like majority of you guys are here. People are still making their way in. Looks like there's about like maybe 30 or 40 people who are not here yet. So we'll allow them to join a little later as they trickle their way in. But let's start off with our analysis for here for the chart so far. I'll just keep marking things up right here. I'm going to pretty much set up all my charts for this morning until like the majority of people here, and we'll start with our analysis. But my overall bias today is going to be bearish, and I'll explain that shortly once we get to that point. So I'm just going to mark up opening price right here at 6:30, and then basically 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock so that you guys can see market structure when price moves from each hour. Other than that, let me check the news real quick as well. So I'm going to go over here, check the news. I know there's news today because we did see that yesterday. Today is Tuesday, May 24th. There's news here at 6:45 and 7 o'clock. Powell's going to speak at 9:20, but we'll be off the live session by then. So basically just 6:45 and 7 o'clock. So mark that up over here, 6:45. We'll color that red so that you guys are aware that, you know, it's an area of danger, basically. 6:45 and 7. And same with this over here, 6:45 and 7, because we don't trade during news, usually where there will be some manipulation happening in the market due to the news event. Other than that, there's nothing else here for this morning. So that's pretty much good for the most part. We'll mark up opening price when the market does open in the next 5 minutes. So other than that, as a reminder, we're looking for a sell today, guys. It's basically what we're looking for with regard to our overall bias. So it looks like majority of people are here now. So let's get started with our analysis for this morning. So going over here to the first step for our overall bias, it's going to be retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 63% long. This indicates that there's 63% of retail traders who are buying in the market. We typically want to do the opposite of them because the majority of traders don't do well trading, right? So you don't want to follow what the majority are doing. You want to do the opposite. So we're looking to take sells here with regard to retail sentiment. Looking over here to the fundamentals, this is currently in the futures price because the market's not open yet. Market opens in 4 minutes. The futures bias over here is currently 164 points in the red, which indicates a bearish bias. If price is below 100 points or above, that's going to indicate what direction we plan on trading with regard to fundamentals. Here it's below 168 points and it's consistently below 100 points. So we're definitely going to be looking for sells. This here aligns with the sentiment. So in situations like this is where we do want to take trades. Yesterday, we didn't have a bias that was aligned. This was bullish and this was bearish. So this is why we didn't take any trades yesterday for the most part. Today, everything is lining up. This is a sell. This is indicating a sell. And the technicals over here are also indicating a sell. Prices below the pivots, indicating a sell bias. So everything here is pretty much pointing for a sell this morning. So what we're looking for on open for the breakout is going to be a sell entry. So we'll see where this takes us now. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Morning, Scotty. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Karen. Morning, David. Morning, Rookie. Yeah, may say Trap Tuesday. It's Trap Tuesday today, guys. So like, even though we are looking for sells, you want to be careful. If the candles are too big, you probably want to wait a little bit to enter anything. I'll put the red flags up here again so that you guys can have a reminder, you know, when to avoid trades. So a couple things here that are going to be very important is when price is near sessions. So looking at the sessions over here, let me zoom out a little bit. The closest sessions is going to be down here. This is going to be the Asia low. So you want to be very careful if price gets near that point. Other than that, opening price can be where price opens from at 6:30. News price, there's not going to be news price anywhere right now, but news price is coming up at 6:45 with the first news event. And this is the main one right here too. Since it is Trap Tuesday, you're going to see a lot of like spikes in price. You want to be careful for candles being too big. If the candle's too big, you probably want to sit tight and wait for it to pull back a little bit, maybe make a late entry on that trade. you know, if you're not too comfortable about taking it. So market's going to open in about 2 minutes, guys. Just a reminder, our bias today is going to be a sell due to retail sentiment being bearish, fundamentals being bearish, and technicals here being bearish as well. Here's the breakout requirements. Price is hitting this area of liquidity right here. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops lower, but I'm not going to FOMO into any trades right now because the market is going to open in about 50 seconds. So morning, Steven, morning, Moraine. All right, let's see. Yeah, 19. Thanks for giving Steven the heads up. Morning, Jesus. Rick says shirtless Kip is ready to go. Kip probably just got back from a surf right now. That's probably real nice out there in Hawaii. Weather here is still kind of weird in California. It's been gloomy past couple weeks. All right, so price hit liquidity here and it's dropping. It's doing exactly what we would have wanted to do if, you know, if it wasn't right next to open, but it's right at open price. So I'm not going to take a trade yet. We have about 15 seconds till market open. I'm going to take off this area of liquidity, but you guys can see the liquidity here did get hit and it's pushing right below. So let me just turn all this stuff off right here. And we should be good to go, guys. Market is now open. So as you guys can see, price is spiking back and forth, right? I would not chase this buy right here. I think price is going to come right back down. So if I'm looking for any entries here for the breakout, I'm definitely looking for a sell. If we get a buy breakout here, I'm not going to take it. I could see this as being a fake out. It's just the temporary push to the upside. But I do think it's going to come back down. So the liquidity right there just got hit and you can see prices coming way back down. So don't chase the move, guys. Just wait for it. I'm only looking for sells today. So basically any entries that I'm looking for are just sells due to the overall bias. Uh, 19. I just saw your message right there. I'll have to check that shortly. I'll check that after we're done looking for the breakout here. But thanks for letting me know. It's good to know. It's a good heads up just in case. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark up opening price, which is right there. Do the same thing on the clean chart. Opening price right there. Oh, wrong tool. All right, so we'll see where price goes from this point. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for a strong red bearish candle. There can't be a signal on it because we're looking to trade in the direction of momentum. So we can't get a buy signal or green signal here. I would need just be a strong red candle. So let's see. All right, so no entry off this candle right here. I'm basically just waiting for it to come back down. If we get a buy entry for the breakout, I'm not going to take it. Just FYI, guys. Another reminder. Let me go ahead and take a look at the fundamentals again. Fundamentals are down 150 points. Retail sentiment is currently 63% long. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for this right here. This I see this as being a trap. Basically, it's basically pushing up, and I do see it coming back down. So I'm going to delete this right here. It's rejecting off this area of liquidity right here. And then we'll see where it goes from this point. There goes a rejection. There goes price. May make its way back down. So I'll just keep this lined up over here if and when we get to sell, because it's probably going to come by pretty quick. All right, so here's price comes back down to opening price. Let's see. So this may be the breakout right here. One thing you guys want to be careful for is that this candle is huge. So you got to make sure there's no big wick on the bottom end right here. All right, so it might be making its way back to opening price. You want to be careful because you don't want to be trading your opening price right here. Price might bounce off it. So another area to be careful for is going to be right here. This candle's too big. It's going to close. And if it closes, this would technically be the breakout, but I'm not going to enter right away. I'm going to wait for it to maybe pull back a little bit, retrace. And I also want to be careful if it's getting close to the opening price below. The price may drop down to opening price somewhere around that area. So I'm not in the position yet. If I do enter it, I'll probably enter for a partial move, like maybe close to the opening price right here. I'm probably not going to ride it all the way down because be too risky. All right, so I entered it until here, guys. I entered it when it came back down. As I mentioned, I waited for it to pull back a little bit. I entered it, I caught it for a little push right here, but I exited as it got close to the opening price right here because I don't want to be entering trades near the opening price. So I actually caught this for a big move. I caught it for 2,000 profit. So I did exactly what I was, warning you guys of. I waited for it to pull back a little bit as it came down right here. I entered the trade, and then as it pulled down right here, I manually exited as it got close to the to opening price. So I caught it for about 2,000 pips. 200 pips, like right there. This is exactly how much I caught it for. I'll take a screenshot of my profits. If you guys are still in the position, I do recommend that you probably either exit in profit or move your stop loss in profit. But these areas where we avoid sessions, opening price, news price, candles too big, all the red flags here. So I made my profit right here. I'll take a screenshot of my profits. I locked in exactly 200 pips. I didn't plan on doing that. I did it manually, but it came out perfect. Like as soon as price dropped right here, I just manually pulled out. So there goes the, I guess, partial breakout. There's too many there's not too many red flags, but there's like one big red flag here. One that this candle was too big, and then one that it was at opening price. So I pulled out right here. But let me take a screenshot of my profits, and I will send you guys a little update of that. So let's take a little screenshot of that right there. I have to say it's a partial profits on the K2. US30 breakout entry from entry point to opening price. And I'll screenshot that real quick too. So it's good right there. Just so that you guys understand, like, where did I exit from? Because I know a lot of you guys are going to ask, like, why did I take partial profit? Why is it not the full 5,000? Because I entered at entry point and I pulled out at the opening price. So I'll screenshot this right here. Screenshot this. And it looks like it's in hit TP, but it's just too risky because it's at opening price. You guys have to spread your risk out properly. It would have been nice to catch the full move though. All right. My MFF lock slightly below, still under 2,000. My main MFF. My second MFF, same. And then my third MFF. So if you guys have profits to send in, feel free to send them in. I'll send you guys a screenshot of mine here as well. All my MFFs, there was some slippage, but it's okay. Just some slight slippage. It was below 2,000. I'm going to send my screenshots to the group so far. And if the trade does hit full TP, I'll give you guys an update for that as well. For you guys who are still holding it for the full move, which you guys are brave. If you're holding for the full move, looks like it's probably going to hit. I'll set an alert right here so that when it does hit, we'll get updated. So breakout full TP. All right, so here are my profits right here. As you guys can see, I marked up. I got about 200 pips right here from entry point till opening price. I pulled out manually. Here's my main account right here. I locked in 2,035. Here's my copier, made 2,135. Here's my MFF, made 1,940. My second MFF, 1,940 as well. And then my third MFF, 1,940 here. So there goes my accounts right there. I mean, nothing too crazy, but I'm trying to hold it longer than these partial entries now, or like as long as I can hold it. So it's like more than the typical 1,000 for going for the speculative entries or the smaller entries. It's more so pretty much riding it till I think price is probably going to bounce. So that's what I locked in right there. Steven over here so far, nice work, Steven. You locked in a total of 1,211. So great bounce back from your mistakes right there, and keep it coming, Steven. So great work right there, Steven. You reach your profit goal for the day. More profits here. Let's see. We have Kenny over here. He locked in a total of 2,177. All sells right here as well. So great work, Kenny. Let's see. Jesus over here sent in his profits as well, locked in a total of 583. He let his trades at full TP. So nice work right there. Jesus, his first day on his funded account. So nice work right there, Jesus. Great profits. After your profit split, you're still making about 500 bucks off that one, those two trades right there. Maddie over here locked in a total of 234. This account 600. Ed over here, wow, nice work, Ed. So Ed over here locked in a total of 8,762 for the day. So great work right here, Ed. Ed said last trade on the list for 28 pips, or 280 pips is probably what you were. Yeah, these trades right here. Looks like this last trade right here was a breakout you took. You made 1,453. Looks like you caught it for a pretty nice profit on the breakout. Okay, cool. Other trades were from V3s last night during Asia session, and his loss right here was by mistake. So all trades right here, he was taking the V3s during London Asia session. And this morning he locked in a total of about 1,700 in total for the breakout this morning. So nice work, Ed. And this is exactly why, you want to be paying attention to like these areas right here. So you guys can see the fake out that happened right here at opening price. Price came down, faked out, came all the way back up. This is why I don't like trading around opening price, sessions, or news price. Or if the candle is too big, I take a late entry. So hopefully everyone's already out in profit. Looks like majority of you guys are, because everyone who sent in their profits has already closed out. So I'm not in this position anymore. You guys can see my profits here. I pulled out way long before price swung back up. Today's Trap Tuesday, like we initially discussed. Also, the big red flag here would be price was like bouncing off opening price. So, and there you go, price comes back down. You're going to see a lot of this back and forth movement today, guys. So you guys want to be very careful. But I will personally be looking for sells today versus, opposed to taking any type of buys, because the bias here is very bearish. Let's take a look at the heat map. Heat map over here is all red. So everything is red, guys. Retail sentiment is indicating to take sells. Fundamentals are indicating to take sells. Heat map is indicating to take sells. So there's no way I'm taking any buys today. These are the days that you guys want to wait for. So yesterday I didn't take any trades. As I mentioned, I was waiting for perfect entries. Today we have pretty solid entries because everything's pointing towards a sell. A couple of things that you guys still have to keep in mind are going to be these red flags though. So even though there's a sell entry, you still want to make sure that you're not trading where price is likely to be manipulated, or you'll probably get some bounce back if price reaches that price point. So other than that, I'll probably take this off shortly so that you guys aren't confused that we're possibly in this position, because I'm not in this position anymore, and I don't recommend people double dip into it. Just wait for the next entry, right? You don't have to force any trades. you just got to be patient and wait for those perfect entries to appear. And then when they appear, just ready to slide into those trades and make some nice profit. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else here. Let's see, Matthew over here took the breakout as well, moved his stop loss in profit. Smart move, Matthew, locked in a total of 225 for the day. So great work right there, Matthew. Dre over here had a couple losses, had a couple wins. These wins like heavily outweighed the losses though, locked in a total profit of 1,071. So nice work right there, Dre. Brian over here. Nice work, Brian. Brian said caught that channel up on pre-open. He said that one loss was me trying to anticipate a rejection at the top. So he locked in a total of 4,198. Nice work, Brian. Solid work right there. Marie over here as well. She took the breakout, locked in a total of 384. So nice work right there. Josh over here, locked in a total of 448. So nice work right there, Joshua. Peter over here locked in a total of 20, 30, about 30 to 40 bucks right here. So not bad. Took low risk on your trades here, smaller lot size, but they added up to some pretty good profit. Melzon over here locked in a total of 1,000, or I'm just going to count his breakout here because this trade was from yesterday. This is a breakout he traded right now. You can see the timestamp at 6:34, locked in a total of 2,180. And Melzon did pretty much the same thing I did. He just wrote it to opening price. Again, right here, 2,080 off this account and 1,090 off this account. He said, I forgot to lower my lot size to 4.0 on my second account. LL played in my favor. Yeah, so no, good work right there, Melzon. Jay over here locked in a total of 1,051. Charles over here locked in a total of 474. 717, 1,008. Damn, a lot of counts right here, Charles. Third account 1,008 as well. And then his his 1, 2, 3, 4. His fifth account over here locked in 1,008 as well. So nice work right there, Charles. Great work on stacking your accounts right there. Other than that, I think that's about it for right now. Seth over here said second day in K2, only one trade. Took the breakout, locked in a total of 317. Nice work, Seth. So as you guys can see right here, this is exactly why I warned you guys to exit or move your stop loss in profit at this point, because we kind of anticipated this to happen. A lot of fake outs going to happen today. You're going to see a lot of back and forth movement. So hopefully all you guys pulled out. Looks like everyone has pulled out already in profit. So I'm just going to take this off the chart and we'll look for some more sell entries as price continues to move along. All right, so analysis played out fine. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. I'm just going to update this area of liquidity right here. I'm also going to mark up news price, which was right there. Color that pink. So I wouldn't be surprised if price comes swinging back down. News price right there. I'll just take this off. Take this off as well. This area of liquidity has been knocked out, so I'm just going to go ahead and update this right here. As you can see, price pushed up, and then now it's coming back down to opening price right here. So now that price is coming back down, one of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off and come back up, or it's going to break below and continue dropping back down to opening price right here. So two different scenarios that can play out. Ricky over here as well. Ricky said, crawl before you walk a little bit, and a note at no time, no rush, no pressure, definitely. So Rookie over here took the breakout. You can see the timestamp. She took the trades at 6:34 and 6:38, locked in a total profit of 515 for the day. Nice work, Rookie. All right, guys, solid day so far. We're looking for other trades here. So I try to make my analysis as detailed as possible, guys. I explained why we took the breakout. I explained why I exited at opening price, red flags. Hopefully this is making a lot of sense to most of you guys here. If you guys are new, it's fine if it's not making sense yet, but it will make sense you know, over time. One thing that someone like wrote a review of K2 yesterday, basically saying that we like only like the same people make profit in K2 every day. Like there's only like a handful of people. Guys, there's like how many people here? There's one, Rookie, two, Seth, three, Charles, J, five, Milzon, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like guys, there's over 20 people that made profit today. So, I mean, it's crazy when people like, when people make comments like that, but I mean, I guess the same 20 people are just lucky, right? They just make, they just make the same profits every day. But it just blows my mind when I see comments like that. I just want to give you guys a heads up and basically call that person out who's basically making that comment. There's more than like a handful of people, but like if there's more than 20 people making profits a day, we're doing something right here. This isn't luck. And all the live sessions are recorded. So you guys are welcome to go back and review any of the other live sessions. So other than that, guys, back to the charts over here. There was a V3 that was coming up right here. However, it's not one that I would take. I did see the V3 right there because it was at news price. So price is bouncing off news right here. I'll mark this up as a V3. So we had a high here with the green candle, opposite colored candle right there. Entry would have been right here. However, a couple red flags that I want to show you guys. So there was a V3 here. It's technically still running. I'm not in the position yet. I don't even know if I'll enter it late. I was kind of tempted to enter it late, but no, I don't think I'm going to enter it because it's still at news price. So here are the red flags right here for the reason why I would not have taken this V3. And this is the breakdown that I'm trying to give you guys because, you know, I know there's a lot of entries that you guys could possibly take, but I'm trying to warn you guys like which ones are risky and which ones aren't. I'm taking the ones that aren't risky because, you know, I don't like losing trades, and I'm sure you guys don't like losing trades either, but you guys are welcome to take this trade if you want. That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. Reasons why I wouldn't take this trade right here. I know it's in profit. I'm still not going to enter it because I still find it to be risky. The reason why it's risky is because this initial candle right here was too large, right? So there's one red flag. The second red flag is that we don't enter trades when price is near news price. This pink line right here is news price. This is the news that came out at 6:45. So right here, another reason why I'm not taking the trade. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Those are the two main things right there. Everything else fits the requirements. But if you have two red flags here out of the four red flags, you basically have a very risky trade. So that's why I wouldn't take this trade right here specifically. You know, if you guys want to take this trade, it's up to your own risk. I always tell you guys that. But if you guys want to take what I'm taking, I'm not taking this trade here. So it's really up to you guys if you guys want to take it. Trade's not going to count if it does hit TP because I didn't take the trade. So the only trades that count are the trades that I actually take where I analyze it. I tell you guys it's a safe trade, and then I'm able to show, you know, profits. So just to like be completely transparent with you guys, because I feel like there's some confusion here with what people are considering actual entries that are being counted. Because I know there's losing trades here, but I'm obviously telling you guys straight up, like, don't take this trade because it's risky. And that's why the trade's not being counted. So just want to clear any confusion there so that there's no other people writing, you know, random comments about K2 saying that like, I'm only showing the wins. I'm showing you guys the wins and losses, but I'm only counting the ones that I'm actually taking and telling you guys to take. I told you guys not to take this, and hopefully you guys listen because it would have hit stop loss. So this is one of the trades that would have hit stop loss, but it's not being counted because I told you guys literally not to take it. So just FYI, guys, okay? All right, so no other entries here at the moment. You know, if I see something good, I'll let you guys know, but obviously the main things that I'm paying attention to here are going to be the red flags, and hopefully you guys follow that, because if you guys took a trade right here, you can see the manipulation as price came down and it bounced up. Price will probably come down again, but I'm probably not going to enter any trades until price comes below here, or if it comes even lower than that down here. Because I don't want to trade around news price. I don't want to trade around opening price. I don't want to trade around sessions, you know, etc. So I'll try to be as clear and as concise as possible, guys. But if you guys are new here, you guys are obviously, you know, you're probably not going to understand everything all at once, but you'll pick up things along the way. All right, and we do have news coming up at 7 o'clock, just like what Matthew said. So thanks, Matthew, for confirming that. We do have news coming up at 7. It's 6:52 right now, so market's gonna price is gonna get to news right here at about 8 minutes. So thanks, Peter, and thanks, Matthew, as well. Damn, man, I just saw your message. Yeah, you probably want to message there. You want to message there the support, Maddie, because it's probably because that person that logged in under your, well, they kind of used your name. So yeah, that's probably what happened, what you thought. Anyways, guys, price is coming back to news price over here. Yeah, I know it sucks. All right, so price is coming back below news price right here. So now that it's below, I could possibly look for some entries here. Basically, what I'm looking for at this point is I'm looking for price to come below here. Not any entries that happen directly off the news price, but basically I'm looking for price to come down a little bit, retrace slightly, and then possibly come down further from here. And then maybe catch a trade within this area before it reaches the opening price. One thing to keep in mind is that news is going to happen right here again at 7. So probably won't have enough time to take any entries at this point. But as you guys can see right here, one of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off it or fake out, come back up, or it'll continue dropping. So it becomes a gamble when you trade around these areas right here where news price is, opening price, sessions. I was looking for the sessions here, but I don't see any. Okay, so there's the sessions right here above London high and the sessions right here, which is Asia low. So those are the two closest sessions, but other than that, these are the main things that are of importance right now: news price and opening price. Oh yeah, no, 19 said not even to be funny, but I've never heard the words be said, this is a safe trade ever. LOL, let's continue. Yeah, no, exactly. There's never really a safe trade because there's risk with every trade that you enter. But depending on your, your probability, like if none of the red flags are met, then that would be considered a good trade, right? Like an official trade. That's basically what we're trying to avoid. So no trade's ever going to be safe because there's always going to be a chance of you losing a trade, even if everything is met. Not every trade hits or reaches their TP. Sometimes you'll get like really close to your TP and it'll fake out. Instances like that, that's when you move our stop loss and profit. But you just have to have the instincts to be able to identify that. But there's nothing here off the 1 minute. Or here, let me leave this markup right here. So just to show you guys what I mean. So price came down here, it faked out and it bounced right back up. That's why you don't want to trade around here because you're basically taking a 50% chance. If you're taking a sell here and there's some sort of sell entry, there's a chance that it'll probably move it to your TP, but there's also a chance to get faked out or even a double fake out here. Comes down, fakes out, swings up, and then comes back down. Depending on how wide your stop loss is, if you have a 300 pip stop loss, yeah, you can survive this unusual movement. But if your stop loss is super tight, like 200 pips, you'd probably get stopped out right there. So let's go over here to the 10-minute. I just want to clean this up a little bit. Don't really see anything over here right now. All right, so here we are back on a 10-minute. As you guys can see here, there's a lot of liquidity on both sides. Liquidity on the top side, liquidity on the bottom side. Probably be looking for it to come back down and retest these areas below for any possible entries. I don't see anything here right now. Here's the 5-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead and mark up some liquidity here. All right. So here is the liquidity on the 5-minute. Lots of liquidity on the bottom right here as well. Looks like price is starting to make its way back down, but it's still at news price right here. We'll see where price is when this news event comes out right here at 7. So going over here to the news from earlier, the flash PMI, manufacturing PMI were negative for the most part. We have new home sales and Richmond manufacturing index at 7, which is about to come up in the next 20 seconds. Yeah, May said possibility of manipulation to Asia high then drop. That's what I'm thinking. I can see that. Well, where's the Asia high at? Let me see. I don't even see the Asia high on my chart. It might be like really, really high up there, but let me zoom out here on the 10. Maybe I could see it here better. Okay, I see it. That's pretty high, but yeah, I could see it reaching that point, possibly. So if this candle here closes with the red candle, then I move the red signal, then this could possibly be the daily entry on the 10 if it comes below. But we'll see. All right, so as you guys can see with this candle here, this is the news candle. Price came down, rejected right off opening price, and then it bounced right back up. Price is now at news price from earlier, and we'll see if it bounces off here as well, because these are areas of rejection. So this is a news candle right here. As you can see, it wicked off the news price right here, wicked off opening price, and now it's ranging around this area. I'm going to mark up news price again right here for this candle. And now we have news marked up on the chart so far. Here we go, as price comes back down, possibly reject off the news price or break below it. So basically, wherever you guys see these vertical line or horizontal lines, this is where you want to be careful. Again, right there, price came down to opening price, and it's bouncing off it again. No surprise, this is why we avoid trades around these points. If price continues to drop lower, that's perfectly fine. We'll start looking for some more sells because we want price to be below this area anyways. Going back to the news, let's see. Thanks, Peter. Peter said news was negative, which it was. Richmond manufacturing index negative. New home sales negative as well. So there goes price comes back lower. I'm gonna clean this up. And there we go, as price drops back lower. If price hits this area right here, this area of liquidity, then I would expect it to drop even further from that point, possibly. But there's no entries available, so we're not just going to take sells for whatever reason, unless like we see a strong area of liquidity, which I don't necessarily see right now specifically. If this closes here though, on the 10-minute, this would technically be the daily entry. So if you guys remembered, let me just clean this up a little bit right here. All right, so here's a clean chart right here. If this closes, this would technically be the daily entry. Because market opened right here at 6:30. And that would be the first valid signal on open. So if it closes there, I'm probably not going to take it, but I'm going to use this as a catalyst. So if this closes here, then I'm expecting price to hit TP. Might not be a smooth push to the bottom, but I'll know that I'm looking for sells at that point. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that Powell is speaking today, right? So that's something that you guys definitely want to understand and keep in mind, because when Powell speaks, price tends to go up. So even though we're looking for sells here, price might be manipulated to the upside because we do have Powell speaking later today at 9:20. So So FYI. But again, right here, you guys can see where manipulation is happening, right? At opening price. Price came down below, faked out, swung back up, faked out again, came back down, faked out again right here, and it's coming right back up. So you don't want to trade around this area where basically any of these vertical lines are. You want to wait for it to get away. There we go. Price drops lower. Here we go. Price hits the area of liquidity. Let's see if it drops lower from that point. If it continues to drop, no surprise there. We already expected it to drop. This is just another confirmation of it dropping further. But I'm not going to take any liquidity pushes right now, specifically, because I'm not really looking for anything too risky. I'm looking for stuff that I'm like 100% sure is going to hit. I know we were taking risky trades for a while last week. The reason for that is because volatility was super high. Volatility is not as high this week. It kind of died down a little bit, and there's a lot more fake out. So not really looking to take any liquidity pushes. The times when I take liquidity pushes, speculative trades, is when this number here is very high. If you guys remember from the mentoring session, I only take it when the bias is very strong. It's at 61% right now, so it's not that strong. If it's at like 80%, then yeah, for sure, I'll be taking some liquidity pushes because I know price is going to keep dropping. But today is not the day to be taking those types of trades. So last week, we took a lot of speculative trades because the market provided for those types of entries. Today, this week in general, the bias isn't very strong. It is an overall sell bias, but it's not very strong. This is only 61%. If you guys remember, overall bias, basically you want retail sentiment around the 60 to 65% plus range. It's barely at 61, so it's not very strong. It is sell, but it's not very strong. Looking over here at the fundamentals, this is barely at like 224 points. When this is like up to like 600 points, it's very strong like last week. Looking over here at the heat map, it is all red, but it's not, actually it's not even all red anymore. It's like half red, half green. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's not very strong. So I don't really recommend taking those speculative liquidity trades right now. Even though it'll probably hit, like they'll probably still work, but they're not going to be as easy as they were like last week. So I do expect price to drop further, but what might happen here is you might get some pushback, right? You might get a retrace up a little bit and then drop down further again, but there's no specific confirmation that it's going to drop that heavy. So let's see some more profits over here. In our ETH locked in a total of 10,000 for the day. Nice, we're at 10,998. All wins, no losses. You can see his trades here happen from 6:30. So we took a breakout here at locked in 3,262. Another trade right after it, 5,900. Another trade right here just recently at 654, and then at 648, a sell that was running. So nice work right there in our ETH. You guys can see here where price came back up, retested the new opening price, and then possibly drop back down. So as you guys can see, price is coming back down. It's not a smooth push like we would have wanted. So I'm not looking to take anything too risky. More profits over here. Let's see, Scotty over here locked in a total of 279. Nice work, Scotty. Kevin over here locked in a total of 1,959. Great work, Kevin. Al over here locked in a total of 2,386. So again, guys, I counted about 25 people earlier with profits. There's another like 5-10 people right here again with profits. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. For the people who complain and say that there's only a few people who are profiting, there's more than a few people who are profiting. And this is every day. It's not just one day a week or a few days a week. It's like literally every day. So Maddie over here locked in a total of 703. And his other account, 1,590. We got Matthew over here as well, 430. Nice work, Matthew. So guys, check out what I marked up earlier, right? So I said if price reaches this point, it's probably going to push down to this point right here. And what happened? Exactly that. It's the area of liquidity. Liquidity got hit right here. Now it hit this area of liquidity. Price will probably come down to sessions right here and then bounce off. We'll see if it wicks right there. And there goes that wick. It's textbook, guys. Happens every time. And look where it's rejecting to now. Huge rejection off the Asia low over here. So basically everything that we analyzed and we anticipated to happen happened. The only reason we knew this was going to happen, like we didn't get lucky identifying this, right? This happens all the time. There's a reason why we draw liquidity. There's a reason why we have our sessions here, because it plays out exactly how we already predicted it to, because this happens all the time. This happens almost every day. So this is why we don't trade around the sessions, because if you're taking a sell here, price spiked up, you know, you get screwed off, screwed over right there. But yeah, guys, I mean, great work to everybody who's locking in profits off this. I didn't take profits off this because as I mentioned, the bias isn't that strong. So I'm not looking to take any liquidity trades. But if I did, it would have hit some pretty nice profit right here. Especially if you took it from right here and you used like maybe like a 300 pip stop loss. Actually, that'd be too tight. That'd be like maybe a 500 pip stop loss. But either way, it played out exactly as we anticipated. So more profits over here. Let me see who's the last person I said profits from. Matthew. Okay. So again, right here, let's see. We have Narith. He just posted more profits, locking a total of 13,657. He actually took that trade right there off the liquidity, the one that I literally just marked up for you guys. This sell right here is what Narith took, locking a total of 2,690. Just right now, it's 710 right now. He took that trade at 707. So literally on point. Nice work, Narith. Thanks for trusting my analysis there. But your profits are looking real good. So great work. Luciano over here, locking a total of 120. So nice work, Luciano. And then we have Sam over here. He took the breakout earlier, locked in a total of basically 1,000 in total across both of his trades right here. So nice work, Sam. Miriam over here, she said different people, different profits and losses. Exactly, Miriam. Everyone has different profits. Everyone has different losses. The main key here, guys, is that you guys close out the day and week and month with net positive profits. So great work right here, Miriam. She took a bunch of trades here in the direction of the bias and locked in some pretty good profit. Total profit of 1,894. So great work right there, Miriam. And great consistency right there with staying above in profit. Let's see, Deswell over here, locked in a total of 2,484. Nice work, Deswell. So I think we have like probably over 40 people profit for today, guys. So I don't know if 40 people are just getting lucky. If that's like what happens here at K2, everyone just gets lucky for some reason. But you know, doing this every day, we must be a really lucky group to have everyone profiting like this over and over again. Nice work, Nico over here. Made some pretty big profit right there as well. 13,737. Great work, Nico. And Luis over here as well. So Luis over here took sells in the direction of bias, all wins, no losses, total profit of 4,325. So nice work right there, Luis. All right, guys, some more profits here from Charles. All his 5 accounts. Made 715 off this account. 908 off this account. 1,498 off this account. 1,498 off this account. And then his 5th account over here, 1,498. Nice. Yeah, it looks like you have the same type of accounts I do, Charles. FTMO, 3MFF. Nice. Maddie over here locked in 1,590 off this account. 703 off this account. And then, damn, 9,535 off this account. Maddie took the, looks like he took that liquidity push. Or you held this basically from 653 up until now for about 10, 20 minutes. Nice work, Maddie. Yeah, it's crazy. Right here. Yeah, Maddie said he took the V3 at 653. Nice work, Maddie. Deswell over here, 2,484. Yeah, nice. Glad to see you back here, Deswell. Probably too busy flying planes. So, all right. I mean, it's pretty solid, guys. I mean, everyone did pretty good so far today. I mean, if you took account of like everyone who posted profits, that's like well over 40 people. So nice work, guys. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here who waited for better market conditions, because I didn't trade yesterday. I was on the live, but I told you guys, just be patient and wait for better market conditions. Whoever waited, you're basically cashing in today because the conditions are a lot better than they were yesterday. So nice work, guys. And it's only Tuesday, so we still have a whole week ahead of us. Nice. Jennifer said, "We're glad to be home, parked up from the airport, got Wi-Fi tenants to 4 open, profit made up from yesterday's loss." Nice work, Jennifer. I know, right, Maddie? Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And guys, check this out. Look where price shot to. See these lines that I already drew up? These lines have been drawn up since the beginning of the session. This area of liquidity, all of it got hit. So that's why I draw these lines here, guys, so that you guys can have an idea of what to focus on and what to look at. Here's the daily entry right here on the obviously on the 10-minute. I'm not going to chase this move down here. It's just it's too far down. But this is the daily strategy right here. I basically analyzed this earlier before this candle closed. I mentioned if it closed with the sell signal, this would be the daily entry. I didn't plan on taking the entire entry right here, but I was going to take trades within it. However, there just wasn't anything for us to take at this moment. Oh man, sorry. I don't know if you guys saw Rick's message. Rick said I have a new strategy. It's called back to yesterday's open. But that's actually something that works, Rick. I've seen other people in the group actually use that. I don't know if you guys saw DJ yesterday. DJ actually mentioned that like last week. DJ, he was like, price was coming down. He was like, I was actually going back to like yesterday's news price or yesterday's opening price, which it does work. So like what I've been doing kind of lately is I just been leaving these markups up to the next day, especially if price comes back to them. Because these price points, like, there's specific areas. Like this is structure that price will always come back to. It's not like some random high lows. Like basically the news price, opening price specifically, I think opening price is usually like one of the good factors to focus on. I mean, not necessarily focus on, but to look at. Maybe I'll create a new indicator where it'll just create, lines at every, like maybe like past 5 days of opening price, because it does work pretty good. Again, right here, you can see price hit liquidity and then it dropped down to the next area of liquidity right here. It's basically knocking out all of the liquidity. Yeah, I mean, I should have taken the daily too, Matthew. This would have been crazy. If I took this trade here for the full move for a 10 lot, this would have been a $15,000 profit. Even if I took partial, I would have been up like at least 10K right now off just this like partial move right here. Yeah, I wish I would have taken it, but this is why it's important that you guys wait for the bias. So yesterday I didn't take trades because we didn't have an overall bias. Today we have an overall bias. Retail sentiment is indicating a sell. Fundamentals are indicating a sell. These are the days that I look for to take these bigger trades. I guess I can't really complain because I already made pretty solid profit today so far, even with this partial breakout. This is just for today. So let me just, here, I'll take a screenshot of my copier to just show you guys, because I didn't take any trades today. So far this week, I mean, I didn't make a crazy amount of profits like a lot of you guys here, but I mean, I did pretty solid so far. So this is my profits for the day so far across all my accounts. You can see that the profits are the same because I didn't take any trades yesterday. This is basically considered like my first day of trading. So if you add that up, 2003 plus 2103 plus 1940 plus 1940 plus. So I'm doing pretty well for just one trade today. So I can't really complain about missing this here, but it would have been nice if I could have caught this too, but I'm not going to FOMO into this trade here. Would have been nice, but it's all good. If you guys caught it, great. Damn, that's crazy. It went straight to TP off just one candle. So literally like on this one candle right here, it dropped the whole like 1,500 pips. And I wouldn't be surprised if it drops wholly down here. Just knocks out all the liquidity. But the reason why I kind of anticipated this to happen was because Powell is going to speak later at 9:40. So let me just mark up Powell. Powell is speaking right here at 9:40. So price has to come down a bit because I think it's going to swing back up later when Powell speaks. Right. So yeah, I know. Brian said, what's the stats on the daily been lately? We used to take that every day. Mandela. Yeah, I know we haven't. I mean, I haven't taken it lately because of the market conditions, Brian. Like the market hasn't really been as smooth. It's been kind of back and forth. So that's why we haven't been taking the daily entry as much. I know we used to take it every day and it used to hit like pretty often, but that was like during COVID conditions when the volatility was super high. So for us specifically, and there you go, full TP off the day, that's 1,500 pips. So if you guys caught it, huge congrats to you guys. Typically it's just like a lot of the old school members that were in K2 like last year and the year before that, because this used to be like the only trade we would take a day. We take like one trade a day and this would always hit TP. I haven't taken it lately because of the volatility and the price manipulation due to the war. There's a lot of factors. The war, inflation, just a lot of stuff going on in the world that just hasn't really been, smooth pushes. But yeah, exactly. Matthew said we were more focused on forex and only took one daily. Yeah, and that's exactly what was the case too. Because before we used to trade just forex and then US30, this would be the only trade. But now that I'm a lot better at trading US30, we trade other strategies on here. Yeah, exactly. Matthew said partial at 75, full at 150. Yeah, either or, it would have both hit. But yeah, I don't know if anyone caught that. If anyone caught that, if you guys want to send your profits in, I'd like to see like the crazy profit you guys locked in off that trade right there. Yeah, Peter said OG members would remember when we would ask Sean to analyze forex pairs. I know that was our main thing way back. So we have more profits here from Harry. Harry locked in a total of 1,285. Nice work, Harry. Nico over here. Damn, Nico's up crazy profits right here. Shannon over here as well. Shannon said managed to come out in profit, took a 400 loss, but got it right back. So yeah, she took a loss right here, but she bounced right back, locked in a total profit of 487 for the day. So nice work right there, Shannon. Great work with your recovery on that account. Jesus over here, locked in a total of 1,118. Nice work, Jesus. Patricia over here, locked in a total of 6,931. Nice work, Patricia. Oh, nice. So Patricia actually took the daily here. So she took the daily, but she pulled out, within like good parameters. She locked in a nice total of about almost 7,000 off her account right here. Just two trades right at the same time, 713. So she got in a little later, it looks like. She entered like maybe a little bit into profit and she pushed way down into the TP. So nice work, Patricia. Oh, not the daily. Gotcha. Okay. So Patricia said not the daily, just going off my analysis. So great work right there, Patricia. Yeah, I'm like kind of curious if anyone took this because I know we haven't taken the daily in a long time, but if you took it, you would hit the jackpot today because it went straight to TP with like literally no drawdown. Anyways, back to the other charts over here. Nothing off this 10. I'm going to go ahead and just clean this up a little bit because this has already been hit. So this stuff is done right there. Going back to the 1 minute, I'm going to clean this up as well because all of this liquidity has already been hit. So let's clean this up right here. And we're just back to the drawing board, guys, back to updating the areas of liquidity and identifying any other possible points of entry here. So as you can see here now, price is creating a high here and a low. It's basically, it's gonna go sideways from this point right there. Let me scroll up real quick. Sorry, Pat, I don't know if you asked that question earlier. Let me scroll down. Yeah, Pat said, how valid would the 10-minute daily really have been with entry sitting right at Asia low? So this strategy before the daily strategy, well, now if you're considering the sessions, because when this strategy was created like 2 years ago, we didn't have the sessions indicator. So we like completely ignored that. Like we didn't really look at these sessions, but now in today's market and with how we're trading now, yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken the trade personally, Pat. But when the strategy was created, we basically put this together like 2 or 3 years ago. We didn't have a lot of these indicators. We didn't have like the sessions. We didn't have the high lows. We didn't have any of this stuff. We just had like the momentum. It was literally just one indicator, and it still worked like pretty well. So, yeah, old me, I wouldn't care because I wouldn't even know that the sessions would be there. But new me, I probably would avoid this because I'm more conservative now. Back then, I didn't have like I didn't have like these funding accounts, so I was a little more I was kind of like a little more risk averse. But now that I have these funded accounts, I personally like would be a bit more careful. So. Yeah, exactly. So me now, I'm a lot more careful. If you're with us like a long time ago, Pat, I wasn't very careful. I was taking a lot of riskier trades. I did actually make like a lot of profit on like considering it was a smaller account, but they were riskier trades. Like we did have more losses back then than we do now. It's just now I'm just a lot more careful with the trades that I take. So yeah, it's probably right. A good thing that you mentioned that. Only like a few people know how I used to trade before, because I used to be a lot more riskier back then. That was also because we were doing signals, so we couldn't really think about it. It was like if a trade came up, I was like, all right, we gotta take this, or we're not gonna take it, and we're not gonna have a trade. We used to trade on the 4-hour time frame, so we didn't really have the opportunity to really think about an entry. It's like, all right, we're gonna take this 4-hour entry, we're not gonna have an entry for like the next 3 days. Let me just mark up the high lows over here. And you guys probably remember that, right? We'd go sometimes like weeks without trades, and we're like, damn, whenever we see that next entry, we just enter it. We don't even think about it. Now that we scalp, we have the opportunity to wait for the next entry, because there's a lot of entries that come up here. All right, so nothing over here. You can see prices kind of just ranging around this area. It basically dropped down to this area because we did have a sell bias. Looks like price might be just ranging for a bit. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that Powell is speaking at 9:40 right here. So what might happen from here, in my perspective, is that this might consolidate for a while until like 8. Then it might drop even further, or it might even push up. So it might consolidate a bit. It might drop a little bit, consolidate. And then when Powell speaks later at like 9:40, it'll probably, oh, thanks, Todi. I got that. You're right, 9:20. It's actually sooner. Thanks, Todi, for correcting me on that. So yeah, probably some consolidation. Maybe a drop down a little further, hit liquidity right here, further consolidation, and then Powell speaks and it just starts to skyrocket right back up. So when Powell speaks later, I probably would expect it to maybe push back to opening price right here. That's probably where I'm going to see it push to. And then from there, you can probably see price do one of two things, continue pushing up or bounce off and come right back down. But we're probably just going to see liquidity, consolidation from now until then. I guess I could just keep updating these areas of liquidity. It's probably going to squeeze a little bit. But that's basically what's happening now at this moment. Squeeze right there, and continued consolidation sideways. Nothing off the 10. And the 5 here just got demolished as well. New high lows. Here, let's see. Salorm is asking, Sean, do you sometimes keep liquidity area from the day before? Personally, I don't. The only time I keep liquidity up is if I'm looking for a liquidity push. Like Let me show you, for example, here. Let me go. It's easier to see on the 10-minute. So the only times I keep it up if I'm still using them. So, which is usually like around the same time. Okay, so like this right here. Let me just mark this up. This is one that I probably would have kept up. Like this. Or actually, I think this would be a better example. Okay, so let me just replay this. I'll show you guys like when I do keep up my areas of liquidity. So here's like one thing right here. So you can see that price already hit this area of liquidity right here, but say like I come on the chart like 10 minutes later and then price is like, it's like back up somewhere. Like it's like right here, right? And I already have this area of liquidity. This is where I'll leave it up. And then I'm basically waiting for it to, hit liquidity right here so that when it comes down, I can pretty much ride it to this area right here. So if price comes down again, I enter a sell right here. I just ride it down to this point for like, 400 pips or so. And then if I do take that trade at that point, then I'll remove it. So right here, I'm basically waiting for it to fill my trade. I'm now in the trade. I let it run down to TP. And then at that point, I'm like, all right, I pulled out. Then that's when I would delete my liquidity. I don't keep it for like the next day because I don't feel like it's, it's useful, but the thing is the new liquidity will be more important than the old liquidity, right? So that's why I'll just delete it once it gets down to that point. But I don't necessarily keep it up like forever. Because if that was the case, we have like a ton of lines on the chart. We have something like this, right? We already have the SRs. So if you want to keep the liquidity up, this isn't like lined up exactly with liquidity, but if you turn on the SRs, it'll stay up until new areas are being developed. So like right there, you can see the areas of liquidity kind of line up. So if you really want to keep it up, just turn on the SR and you can see them there. So other than that, yes, Lorem said if they haven't been crossed, yeah, exactly. If they haven't been crossed or if they've only been crossed like once, because sometimes it'll come back for the retest and then it'll break below. So back to the 1 minute over here, price isn't really doing much. As you guys can see, it's just bouncing around this high and this low, but then it comes right back down to the middle over here where it's just ranging. But realistically, it's not really doing much. So like this, there. The price is pretty much consolidating exactly how we anticipated. Brian's asking, can you go over how to draw liquidity? We don't use the SR for liquidity, Brian. We use the high-low indicator. So you would just, let me see if I could. I'll just go here and I'll just take this off. So this is a clean chart on the 10. Like all you do is turn on the K2 high-low indicator. So this is a clean chart. This is where you have nothing on the chart. You turn on the K2 high-low indicator, and then you click the horizontal ray tool right here. I just use this as a shortcut. This will just keep it so it doesn't come off the chart. And basically, you're just marking up liquidity that hasn't been hit yet. So this right here has been hit, right? Because price has already passed through it. So you're not going to draw a line there. You're just drawing lines where liquidity has not been hit yet. So it hasn't been hit here, 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 or here. And then you go below, you do the same thing below. This isn't going to be area of liquidity because it's already been hit right here. So you go lower from here. These have been hit. They're not valid anymore. Down here, down here. So once you have that, you turn off the indicator and then you have liquidity drawn up already. So you can see there's liquidity above here, liquidity above here, liquidity right here. This is why it's important that you guys have a K2 high-low indicator, because I know a lot of people try to do this by hand. And the problem by doing it by hand is that you guys will probably mark them up in the wrong areas. Like there's a lot of areas here that would look like areas of liquidity, but they're probably not going to be as clean. So let's see. So hopefully that makes sense right there, Brian. Yeah, possible triple confluence right here. Thanks, Charles, for letting us know. The only problem with this here is that it's right at the session. So like one red, like one thing that's kind of in the way is that it's like right at the sessions right here. The only thing that I'm worried about taking something like that right there is that it will, it might fake out, and it might fake out, hit stop loss, and then come back down. So that's probably why I wouldn't want to do it. Yeah, no problem, Brian. Welcome back, man. Glad to have you back here at K2. Let's see. Charles said, is that previous low invalidated because it rejected off the same low? Yeah, exactly, it did, Charles. So it's no longer valid anymore. You'd have to wait for this one over here to establish. So basically you're just waiting for like about 5 or 6 candles, or I guess 6 candles in total from this low, and then it'll establish the low there. But yeah, Maddie, just as Maddie mentioned, it's overextended. So nice. Yeah, Maddie said they're stacking up buyers. Looking over here, the IG sentiment has increased. So it was at 60% earlier. It's now at 64. So Charles said, BTO, Rick. I'll probably see that BTO like when Powell speaks. So later on today, I could see that playing out. 920. That's probably gonna be the area to look out for. Let me see how far of a push that is though. It's actually not that far. It's like 2,000 pips. So it's doable range. It might not get that far up there, but I think it'll get pretty close. Once it gets close, oh crap, what did I do? Once it gets close to Powell speaking later today. If you guys are new here, or if you guys aren't familiar with who Powell is, Jerome Powell, he's basically the Fed chair. He's all about, open market and stuff like that. So like whenever he speaks, it's usually good for the market, pushes price up. Whenever Yellen speaks, usually brings it down. I don't think Yellen's speaking today. It's mostly just Powell. So we could probably see that push to the upside later. Patricia's asking, Sean, when is the mentoring session? So the mentoring session is today at, I can have it at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. It's up to you guys. I'll put a poll up in the group over here. Because I know some people like it to have it earlier and some people like to have it later. So I'm just going to put it right here. When would you like to host the K2 session today? 1 p.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Pacific. I know it's just an hour difference, but some people are like located on like, I mean, a lot of people here are located in different parts of the world, and like an hour makes a big difference for them, because for some of them, they're like located in like Australia and it's like opposite time. So it's up to you guys whenever you guys want it, but whatever time you guys prefer. I guess the earlier the better, so I can do 1 if you guys want, but it's up to you guys. I'll let you guys vote, and I'll check the poll at the end of this session. So just go ahead and vote in the group, guys, and then whichever you guys prefer, we can do that. I know some of you guys here are located like on opposite time zones, so it's like completely opposite time for you. I know it's convenient for most of us here on the Western side, but for some of you guys over there, it's completely off. Rick said I'm on flat earth time. Yeah, Duggan said I'm going to bed. LOL, it's nearly 11 p.m. Yeah, Duggan's one of the people that's like, I think you're from New Zealand, right, Duggan? So he's one of the guys that's like on opposite time. So yeah, I mean, we're having this session today. It just depends on like what time you guys want to have it. Jesus said, took a few sells down, hit my goal, and going to get off so I don't overtrade. Thanks for your analysis, Sean. Definitely, Jesus. No problem. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else. Jennifer said, my new strategy is to STFU. I jinx myself when I post profits too. I'm not coming tomorrow. Yeah, probably a good idea, Jennifer. You guys just got to, figure out what works best for you guys. And and stick to it. So nothing going on in the market, guys. Price is literally just going sideways. I don't really see too much happening from now until 8 o'clock. It's probably just gonna, range from now until then. So I don't really recommend anyone take trades. For one, price is ranging. For two, it's at the sessions. And for three, this is preparing for a breakout. Basically, when price starts to squeeze like this, because you can see it's squeezing, we have two highs, two lows right here. When price starts to squeeze, one of two things are going to happen. It's either going to break out to the upside or it's going to break out to the downside. Last thing you guys want to be caught in is in trade here. And then you're basically in a 50% chance whether price is going to push into your profit or it's going to stop you out. So you don't want to take trades like that. You want to take trades when you have like a 70 to 80% probability of winning, if not higher. 50-50 is it's not worth your effort because you're just going to be stressed out. So yeah, if you guys have questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we'll be going deeper into the analysis and more specific questions for the live session later today. So if you guys have questions for the mentoring session later and you guys want to send them over to me early, where I'll answer your questions at the beginning of the session, just go ahead and message me your questions and I'll add them to the list. Otherwise, if you guys want to just ask live on the mentoring session later, that's completely fine as well. Let's see, Charles said I'm out. I'm out too. Market his ass now. Yeah, so Charles is done for the day. Rick said trading a 200K account is a game changer for me. No more fear of drawdown. Yeah, because now that you're on a 200K account, Rick, you're basically going to the same drawdown as you would on a smaller account, but it's actually safer because you have more leeway. Yeah, no, exactly, Rick, and that's how you should do it. Rick said he trades his 200K account like a 100K account, which is a smart way to do it because at that point you make it kind of impossible for you to reach your daily loss limit, right? So that you're definitely doing it the right way. You're basically using smaller lot sizes, but on a bigger account. I know it's going to take longer to pass, but odds are you'll probably pass, and you won't be violating your drawdown. Nice. Oh, that's awesome, dude. It's funded. Yeah. Now your goal today is to stay funded, Rick. Stay in positive equity. Don't take, take your risky trades if you like, but don't take anything too heavy. As long as you're staying within your parameters. Nice. Yeah, Rick said he was up 2,500, was down 5,000. Yeah, which is solid. 5,000 is a decent amount to even go into drawdown. That's the most drawdown that I usually go into too, Rick. And I'm on all my 200K accounts. If I ever get close to usually it's between 3,000 and 5,000 depending on the move. If I go into 3,000 drawdown, I usually pull out already. I either get stopped out or I just pull out. Or 5,000 is like the threshold. That's like as far as I'll go. So no, you're doing it better. So looks like you're learning from the previous mistakes. Rami said, thanks, Sean. I've hit my daily 1.5% goal. I think I'll call it a day. First week with two funded accounts and not looking to risk it. See you guys tomorrow. Definitely, Rami. So we'll see you tomorrow. I don't think there's any other questions here. So it's 7:42 right now, guys. Market's we're gonna get off the live at about 8 o'clock. So if there's no other questions, we'll probably wrap this up a little early because I will be back in about 6 hours or so for the 6 or 5 hours, depending on what you guys decide here for the mentoring session. So it looks like a lot of you guys here voted for 1 p.m. So it looks like we'll be having our mentoring session later today in about 5 hours. So I'll be back here. Then let me see if there's any other profits here. All right, so right there. Steven said, did micro scalping because you mentioned full TP will be reach, or I would have just closed trade at 500. Nice. Yeah, smart move there, Steven. So Steven did some scalping in between, locking a total of 1,200. So you did pretty good today, Steven. Other than that, Other than that, I think that's about it for now. Kevin said, started his third FTMO today. He locked in a total of about 3,000 on a 100K account. So you're almost there, Kevin. So Kevin just needs a couple more good days and he should be good past this, his third 100K account. So solid work right there, Kevin. Great consistency along the way. Charles over here. So here's what Charles locked in for the day so far. Locked in 715 off this account, 908 off this account, 1,500 off this account. So like 3,000, 4,500, about 6 to 7K right here for the day. So nice work right there, Charles. Yeah, consistency, guys. That's really what it is. Consistency. You guys can see how well it adds up. So Charles, this is just for today. He locked in about like 7K. For the week so far, he's up double that. So he's up pretty heavy across all of his accounts. So let's see. So that's 9K. It's about like 11K, 12, 13K right here. So nice work, Charles. So as you guys can see, you know, I'm not the only one that's like, that's locking in like solid profits across all my accounts. Like this is mine right here. And here's Charles, right? Charles is doing even better than me. He has 5 accounts as well. So nice work right there, Charles. Pass me up. Let's see. Patrick said, yeah, 50 pip stop loss is what my mindset can handle without going nuts. Yeah. And I'm with you, Patrick, on that as well. Or 500 pip, I guess. 500 pips is like as far as I'll go for these scalps. But other than that, I usually try to go for like 300. But if it's a bigger trade, then yeah, 500 is as far as I'll go. Barack said, good day, Sean. Messed up pre-market today and lost a little here and there. Haven't traded New York today as per my rules, waiting for tomorrow. Well, it's not too bad. So you had some losses right here, Barack, but your other wins over here outweighed it. So you're still in profit overall, it looks like. But yeah, unfortunately, you did take a loss right there, so it's all good. You'll bounce back from it. Let's see. Brian's asking, how many FTMO accounts can you have? You can have a total of 400K funded accounts. So as many accounts as it adds up to 400K. I have 200K, so I just have 2 accounts, but you can have 400K accounts, or you can have 850K accounts. It's really up to you. You know, at the end of the day, you should probably just merge them at least at 200K, because you know, it's kind of pointless having like 8 accounts copying when you can just have 2. So you can have as many as you want. But the max total account would be 400K, right? Other than that, JJ over here logged in a total profit of 10,020 for the day. Nice work, JJ. And Narith over here locked in a total of 15K for the day. Yeah, all wins here, no losses. All sells in the direction of the bias, straight profits. So nice work, guys. Man, you guys are killing it. Everybody's doing crazy good today. Fern over here said halfway through verification today and on day 9 of straight wins since joining K2. Thank you, Sean, and F the haters. Definitely Fern. So Fern over here was trading US30 NASDAQ. He took the breakout. Total profit of 2,436. Nice work, Fern. So Fern over here is on his 9th straight day of wins. So no losses for 9 straight days since he joined K2. He's halfway through his verification, almost there. Yeah, man, good luck, Fern. I hope you pass soon so that by next week you'll be funded. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin said, double my account that I funded on my own money on May 1st. Thanks to Sean's analysis. Kevin over here locked in a total of 72,315 profit in, you know, a month's time. And this is his own personal account. So amazing work right there, Kevin. And you're killing it, guys. You guys are kind of getting some FOMO here, but it's all good. I guess I just got to stack up more accounts so I can catch up to you guys. But great work, guys. All, you know, all jokes aside, you guys are killing it. Like, great work right here, Kevin. And great work over here too with everyone else with their profits. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here profiting, right? It doesn't make a difference to me whether I'm profiting because I'm going to make profit either way. But the real game changer here is seeing everybody else profit and actually or like surpass me, because this is what I did for today. But looking at everyone's profits, a lot of you guys here actually did a lot better than me. Kevin did a lot better than me. Even Fern did a lot better than me here, and he's trading a smaller account. Narith here, a lot of people here actually did a lot better than me, and a lot of these trades are taken off, just the analysis. So great work, guys. I'm glad to see all you guys here killing it. Dre over here, some more profits. He said made some more, locked in a total profit of 1,607. Nice work, Dre. All right, so if you guys have more profits to send in, feel free to send them in. I'll add them to the list over here, and then I'll post them shortly. At the end of the session today. So other than that, you guys can see what I marked up earlier. As I mentioned, price was ranging sideways and squeezing. And I mentioned that price was going to break out one way or the other, right? So price was going to break out to the upside, or it was going to break out to the downside. As you guys can see right here, price did break out to the downside. So if you guys traded in the direction of bias, it would have played out in your favor. This drop over here happened to drop about 1,100 pips. Nice. So analysis played out all right. If I was to take a risk here, obviously I would take the risk in the direction of bias, but I'm not really looking to take any risky trades. So one thing that you guys want to be careful for is when Powell speaks here at 9:20, you can see that there's a lot of liquidity that is building up right over here. So this is what I could kind of possibly see happening. Price will probably push down to the London low. It'll probably bounce off it, come up here, bounce off this slightly, go back for the retest, hit liquidity, and push up higher from there. That's kind of what I see happening later today. So I know we have a sell bias, but because Powell's speaking, I think price will probably swing back up and then maybe make its way right back down. But who knows? I mean, this is just speculation, right? There's no guarantee this is going to happen. But just from the patterns that I can see on the chart right now, this is kind of what I see playing out later today. So other than that, I think that's about it, guys. Unless you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'll be back live in about 5 hours. We'll go over whatever questions you guys have from there, and then we'll just continue on with the market today. I think that'll be a good time, because when I come back at 1 o'clock, we can analyze to see how this played out when Powell came on, or comes on shortly. Cameron over here sent in some profits. He locked in a nice pop down, huge profit right here, Cameron. He took that right there. Looks like he took the liquidity push. I don't know if this is where you caught it, but you took that trade at 7:31. So that was about, yeah, it looks like you took it right over here. Oh, you might have taken this B3 right here, right? So I could kind of see what trade you took around this point. So it looks like Cameron probably took this B3 right here, and he took that thing straight down. Yep. So V3 right there, not one that I would take because it's right at the sessions. Looks like it kind of messed around a bit, but huge profit right here. So if you guys ever post profits, I can usually kind of tell which trade you took, because I can just look at the chart, I'll look at the timestamp, and I saw here that Cameron took this trade right there at 7:31. The entry happened right here at 7:31. It was a V3 entry. You can see, let me just rewind real quick. All right, so right there at 7:31, you can see there was a V3 entry. There was a high, the green candle was followed by an opposite signal or opposite candle. And there was a pending momentum. So that would have been the entry right there. Stop loss at the previous swing. Let's let that run at that point. straight to TP. Took a while, but it did hit TP right there. So nice work, Cameron. Yeah, Nari said, yep, that's my boy. He just got accepted to UCSD too, so congrats to him. Yeah, nice, man, killing it, bro. I know Cameron's probably more focused on trading, but big congrats to you, Cameron, on getting into UCSD. I would go there and just be a trader, bro. You'll be in college, but with money. It'll be a lot more fun. So yeah, exactly. Nari said exactly. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had trading when I was in college because I was a broke college student, but if I was trading, man, I've been doing a lot more out there. But yeah, definitely. And Wraith said about to be trading the breakout at college and kill him. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's possible, guys. Like literally, if you guys can wake up early in the morning, you can trade early in the morning and still go to class. Nice, nice. And Wraith said he'll be in their real estate development program. That's yeah, that's a new program that they have there. I know a couple people that join that as well. So that'd be pretty solid. Yeah, actually my cousin's there. Maybe when Cameron gets there, I'll probably introduce my cousin. Cameron started his own chapter out there. Yeah, no, exactly. Neri said, so gonna take his profits and build our real estate empire. That's the goal. Yeah, so if you guys have seen Naraith here, so Naraith is the guy that's posting these profits over here. He made 15K for the day. This is his son, Cameron. Cameron locked in 5K for the day. Naraith's other sons trade here as well. So it's basically trading. He's creating that trading empire with his younger sons and going to real estate from there. So it's nice. I'm glad to see a lot of families here killing it together. Anyways, back to the charts here. I don't really see, all right, let me leave this stuff up because we're going to be using this for analysis later today. Other than that, let's see other highs here. All right, so price is just ranging again here. It's going back into consolidation. It's probably going to come down for another retest, test the London low here, and bounce right off it. That's pretty much what I see happening. Yeah, right. No, I agree with you too. Ray said stressful if there's no pressure. It's not stressful if there's no pressure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Narith. That's exactly the mindset you should be going in with. Look at the bigger picture. It's a good thing he has you there. He has you and he's got me here, so he's set. All right, guys, so it's about to be 8 o'clock. It's 6:57 right now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I'll be back here in about 5 hours for the mentoring session. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys can't make the mentoring session today, just send me your questions on Telegram or email, and then I'll add them to the list. So at the beginning of the session, I can cover whatever questions you guys have. And then you guys can just watch the replay later to review the questions that you had, and then it'll be answered by tomorrow. So, all right, other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in a few hours. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I think we'll be back shortly to review. Man, I'm still out this cold. Where's Kip at? I need Kip to give me some medical advice. How do I get rid of this cold? Kip's not here. I know he's probably out surfing already. It's too late in the session. He's out in Hawaii surfing. Rick over here said, let's not talk about my buy since I'm done trading, no fear of jinx. So Rick over here locked in a total of 2,467. Nice work, Rick. Nice birthday present to yourself there. Consistency. But other than that, let's see. Kevin said, this is life-changing stuff. I'm already doing well in life as a business owner, but I'm putting in 60 to 70 hours a week at my car dealership. I trade the market every day using K2 indicators and Sean's analysis, and I made over 72K in just May alone. I'm definitely not making that much in my business, so I'm actively considering trading full-time so I don't have to kill myself for 60 to 70 hours a week. And I agree. Kevin, that's exactly why I And that's great. If you guys are here in the premium, you guys can read this as well. That's exactly why I went into trading full time as well, because I was an attorney full time, and I was basically killing myself as an attorney, working like 80 hours a week, right? Like 40 to 80 hours a week. So it's a big difference going from working 12-hour days to working 1 hour a day, just trading with you guys, hanging out with you guys here on the live. Yeah, it is life changing for sure, because now I'm probably gonna live a lot longer. So I'm not as stressed out. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. Thanks for the message right there, Kevin. I'll see all of you guys in about 5 hours for the mentoring session. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys then. So see you guys in a couple hours, and we'll have the rest of the questions